What's up, everybody? What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna get a McDonald's hot fudge sundae and we are gonna eat it. That's the video. So let's start the journey. It's a beautiful day out here in Cicero. Gotta make sure I don't crash. I actually just ate Jersey Mike's. It was quite delicious. It hit the spot, you know. I was really hungry, but I didn't want anything that would... Yeah, my car does that. I didn't want to get anything that would make me feel like trash after. No burgers, no... Well, this hot fudge sundae might make me feel a certain type of way, but we'll see. It's just a beautiful day to be alive. As you get older, I think, well, as I've gotten older, I think I have realized that you can't wait for life to give you a reason to start living. Like, where you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. The only thing that you can do differently is move forward. Just basking in the sun. I think, especially with technology in our phones and our instant access to gratification, to dopamine, to entertainment, we forget that just taking a second to sit back in presence, in the moment, in observation of what's around you, in acceptance, non-resistance of what's around you, it brings an immense sense of peace and contentment. Like most people who are doing what I'm doing right now, I'm in the McDonald's drive-thru line. It's probably 7 deep. Some people, there's a lot of different ways someone might interpret this. Some people might be thinking about the future. What are they doing after this? They might be ruminating on the past. What have I done wrong? What did I forget to do at home? You know, did I forget this? Did I lose this? Some people might be hating on themselves. Why am I at McDonald's? Why am I ruining my health? Why am I destroying myself? And the one thing all of those have in common is that they're all stories created by the mind. The present moment truly is all that is. And a good way to spend some of your free time is to just be. I'm not sitting here saying that thinking is bad or that you should never think. One, you can't control your thoughts, so no thinking is out the window. Maybe in certain states of meditation you can, you know. I've I've experienced moments of no mind before, but not for long periods of time. The thing about the mind is it's a great tool, but a horrible master. If you just take a moment to sit down, close your eyes, and analyze what's going on in your mind from a third-person perspective, you will realize that the mind is just a thought-generating machine. And if you sit there, and let's say you get a craving or a thought or an urge, and you don't give into it, it subsides, and then the brain creates something else to think about, something else to ruminate about. Even if you get what you want, like me in this McDonald's drive-thru, I'm gonna get a hot fudge sundae. There was a part of me that was craving that, which is why I'm filming this video. I'm out here on my journey to get the hot fudge sundae. The video will be however long it takes me to get the hot fudge sundae. I won't eat the whole thing on camera. I'll take a few bites and give a little review. That's for later. But you know what? I actually just completely forgot what I was talking about for a second. Let me zone back in. Let me find it. Let me go fishing in my mind for the train of thought that I was just riding. I think in the past, I'm going to pivot. I think in the past, losing my train of thought like that would have made me stop the video. I would have been like, this whole thing is ruined. My coherent message is destroyed. But this is a beautiful example of rolling with the punches. I had a point. I'm a little tired, whatever. My mind isn't functioning properly. The point was lost when I went off the rails, when I went on a tangent about something else. But now I'm here. Let's just talk about something else. And I actually just remembered it. So in that 30 seconds where I could have ended the video and given up, my mind went fishing and found what I was talking about. So what I was saying was, when I get the hot fudge sundae, I'm going to eat it. It's going to be done. And then let's give you a quiz. Will that bring me lasting happiness? No, it will not. I'll eat it. I'll enjoy it. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully they give me a good amount of fudge. And then my mind will go on to the next thing. It'll go on the next goal, the next craving, the next anxiety thought, the next anxious thought, the next goal, whatever it may be. There's nothing you can get that will bring you lasting happiness. Lasting happiness is available to you right here, right now, in the present moment. Contentment is happiness. Craving is unhappiness. I would argue that majority of your suffering in life comes from the desire for things to be different than they currently are. That can go to two extremes. Like right now, there's a loud truck in the parking lot right now. And there was a part of my mind saying, this is going to ruin the audio of my video. That this is going to ruin the whole thing. Maybe I should end the video. That's where the suffering comes from. My resistance to what was happening. My desire for that truck to turn the engine off so that I can be sure that the audio of this video is sound. But that truck is going to do whatever it wants. I'm sitting here in my car waiting for my hot fudge sundae. There is nothing I can do to turn off the car's engine, to make sure the audio is good. I can't, I don't have the headphones that let you hear the audio as you're recording it. I just got to roll with the punches. I got to accept what is here right now and adjust. Accept and adjust. Accept and adjust. I love the Buddha. I am not a Buddhist, but I practice core Buddhist teachings. I can make another video about that, about why I wouldn't give myself the label as a Buddhist. However, the Buddha has a really nice teaching about two arrows. So these are the two arrows of suffering. Let's say, for example, your car gets stolen. All right, this is an extreme example because that's a very tough thing to have happen to you. Let's say your car gets stolen. The first arrow is the car getting stolen. There's a certain amount of suffering that's going to come with the car getting stolen. That's just how it is. Now, the second arrow is optional. The second arrow is the story, the thought that we put behind this event. So if my car gets stolen, the second arrow in this example would be me thinking, oh my gosh, how could this happen to me? Why? Like, I don't deserve this. And then you start creating a story. My life is so trash. What did I do to deserve this? Clearly I'm just not meant to be happy. Clearly, I did something to mess this up. I am not good enough. That's the second arrow. Oh, the lady in front of me reversed for a second. Kind of scared me. Let's think about that. If she reversed and hit my car, right? That's the first arrow. My car got hit. Oh no, what do I do? The second arrow would be all the thoughts that come with it. All the extra suffering that we add to our experience. Extra suffering that is not needed. I love my car. Listen, I drive a cute little orange punch buggy. His name's Mello. I love my car. Got it from my late Grandma Shirley. Means a lot to me. But if my car got stolen, I would recognize that this car is not who I am. It's not a part of me. It's just an object. All right, we're at the line. We're at the drive-thru.
Are you full back there?
I am not.
Alright, we'll do it.
Can I have a small hot fudge sundae, please?
Alright, anything else?
No, that'll be all.
Alright, it's all flat is $4.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Let me close the window. I don't want to disturb, I know from working at KFC, I learned that they can hear everything through the window. Like, we got the headset on. Even if you don't think they're listening, they can hear everything you say. So, not that I'm necessarily, embarrassed by the fact that I'm filming this video or that I don't want them to hear what I have to say, but I don't want to add extra noise to what they've got going on right now. They're busy, so that's why I closed the window. Yeah. But I love my car. And if my car got stolen, the negative emotion will arise. And that negative emotion will be due to my attachment to the car as a part of my identity. But the beautiful thing is when you recognize that one, your identity, your ego, is another fabrication of the mind. It loses its grip. My car got stolen, first arrow. Second arrow, I'm not going to let it come through. I'm going to roll with the punches. Okay, my car got stolen. How am I going to get to work tomorrow? Do I have enough money to get a new car? How do I get a new car? What kind of car do I want? Instead of... This is a better way of putting it. When your car gets stolen, there is no reality where your car didn't get stolen. So I can imagine how much I wish the car wasn't stolen, how much I wish I still had my car, how sad I am that I don't have my car. But that's not going to change the fact that I don't have my car. So, not only for your sake, in terms of suffering, but just from a logical perspective, it does you absolutely no good to ruminate on it. And it's natural. You are going to ruminate. Those thoughts are going to appear. Now, it's up to you whether or not you grab onto these thoughts and give them fuel. You can let it flow through you like a cloud in the sky. Your awareness of mental activity, your awareness of the body-mind is the sky. And all the contents within awareness are clouds. All the thoughts, all the urges, all the cravings, all the pain, physical and emotional, just clouds in the sky. And it's difficult to put yourself in that mind space, especially when negative emotion is present. It is really difficult to catch yourself, take a step back, and look at the mental activity from a third person point of view. I'll never try to claim that it's easy, but I can tell you that it's absolutely freaking worth it. My life has gotten so much better ever since I learned the simple truth that you are not your thoughts. And you're also not your ego. Your identity, my identity, as my name is Nathan. I am a 5'10" male. I'm a teaching assistant. I'm kind, compassionate. I'm patient. I have a few bad habits. These are all labels that I put on myself. But how true are the labels beyond conventional means? Beyond our mind's construction of the story of reality, of how we fit into everything. Because you can't scan my body and see that I'm a teaching assistant. You can't scan my body and see that my name is Nathan. These things only exist in the mind. Anytime you have a thought, I am this, I am angry, I am not happy in this moment, I think this is ugly, I think this is beautiful, I am happy, positive or negative, it is a fabrication of the mind. So what I would urge anybody who is still watching this video to do is to work on picking and choosing what you listen to within your own mind. Just because you think, oh, they hate me. Oh, they're not answering me because I'm not important to them. That doesn't mean it's true. And I would urge anybody watching this to observe your thoughts, whether you just observe them mentally or you write them down objectively from a third-person perspective, and determine whether or not this thought is serving you or helping you in any way. And if it's not, you just let it go. You just simply let it go. Another beautiful day. It really is a beautiful day. It's a little chilly, but it's nice. Another thing I'd like to point out is how often we turn neutral events into negative labels. For example, I'll give the example of work. When I would work at Chipotle, all right, I worked there for 3 years. If, let's say there was a line out the door, we were out of a certain type of food and it was making the customers mad. I labeled that as negative. Does that make sense? Like, what's happening is happening. Like, it's a neutral event. There was a line out the door and we are out of food. Period. But my mind adds a negative to this. I associate these events with a bad shift or a negative shift. So when I put these negative labels on these moments while it's happening, I suffer. Because when you think something is negative, then you start thinking about how you wish things were. And when you start thinking about how you wish things were, you are inherently resisting what is. You are in deep unacceptance of the moment. Okay? Do not attach negative labels to neutral events. Line out the door. Okay, what do I have to do? Help this customer. Next, boom. It's like being in a state of egoless intellect, where you're just doing what you need to do. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? I got to clean this. I got to make this bowl. I got to make this burrito. And you just buck up and you get it done. And you don't ruminate. You don't worry about it. Gotcha. Thank you. You too. All right. We paid for the hot fudge sundae. We're getting closer and closer to getting the hot fudge sundae. Let's take a look at the price. Apparently, you're not supposed to touch receipt paper. I think I learned somewhere that it lowers your testosterone, or there's some other thing that negatively affects you. We're living dangerously, though. So this costs $4.09. I already know how big it's going to be. I know it's going to taste good. The ice cream is going to taste good. Now, what my ultimate take on the hot fudge sundae is going to be is the fudge distribution. And it's funny that I say that, because that's kind of paradoxical to what I've been talking about, where I associate more fudge in the sundae with a better sundae, with a better experience. That's not inherently like a negative thing to think. That's not inherently a bad thing to think. But it's being in the habit of recognizing that thought for what it is, which is arbitrary. It's based in our own definition of how we think life should be, of how we think the moment can be better, about what we expect. Another quote that I heard about happiness is where you are minus expectations. To me, that sounds like another way of saying the desire for things to be different than they currently are. Happiness is contentment. Craving is unhappiness. No matter what situation you are in, peace and contentment is available to you. And I get it. There are so many moments of suffering in one's life where that statement seems impossible, absurd, maybe even offensive. But once you truly understand the power of presence and the power of disconnecting your identity from your mind, true happiness comes so much more easily. Contentment and peace. Yep, thank you so much. Have a good one. All my friends here. Yo, what's... Alright, we're back. I decided to cut the conversation out just because, you know, they didn't know I was recording. So we'll cut that part out. But now it's time for the main event. I don't even know if I'm allowed to park here. All right, the car is parked. The keys are out of the ignition. All right, let's find a good angle for this. This is now an official Nathan Day food review of the hot fudge sundae. Ooh, that is a lot of fudge. It's a little uneven, but I think this is going to be delicious. This right here is why you should always have napkins in your car. Okay, first bite was good, but I knew the ice cream was going to be good. Let's get some of this fudge. First vibe is, it is hard to access the fudge at first, so I'm going to have to kind of dig. We're going to take this off and hopefully it doesn't turn into a disaster, because I need to access this fudge. Oh shit, okay. So as soon as I open it up, this is embarrassing. Someone's going to screenshot that and they're going to say some heinous things. So as soon as I opened it, it started dripping. And it's on my pants. It got a little on my seat. But you know what? It's fine. That's exactly what was meant to happen. It's okay. Let's get some of this fudge. Oh geez, this is becoming a mess. Oh my, this thing is still dripping. This turned into an absolute nightmare. Holy moly. I mean, talk about a fail. Talk about a fail. All right. The first official bite with the fudge. Yeah. This is a delicious, tasty treat. Delicious. All right. Let's conclude this video. Now, So this video has been filming for 26 minutes. Obviously, I'm going to cut part of it out. I got the inspiration to make this video 5 minutes before I started making it. I said, you know what, let me get a hot fudge sundae. You know what, let me record me doing it. You know what, let me just speak. Let me sound off. The channel is called Nate Speaks for a reason. Create more than you consume. That's the message I'm going to leave off. You know, there's a lot of messages, a lot of lessons. Some of them I may not have explained very well. You know, I am going off the dome, and, you know, I'm not the best at pulling information and explaining things like off the cuff. You know, usually I need more time to kind of sit, think through it logically, and think of good ways to explain spiritual teachings, to explain the things I was talking about. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you watched this much, holy crap. Comment an emoji of soap so I know you made it this far, because that's absolutely insane. But create more than you consume, whether it's writing, making a video, coming up with a story, drawing, painting. Create more than you consume. Create the piece of art that only you can make. Pull on your experience. All of us are unique. I used to label myself as someone who's not a creative person. That's baloney. That's complete baloney. Anytime you say, I am not the type of person who can do this, that's mental stories. That's your mind trying to keep you in a box, to keep you comfortable and to keep you safe. And that serves a purpose. It's helped us survive. It's why we evolved this way. But it's going to limit you. As soon as I stopped labeling myself as someone who wasn't creative, I started creating. And I have a lot of ideas. I want to write a screenplay one day. I want to make a song. I want to learn how to play guitar. I want to make YouTube videos. I want to direct a movie one day. A lot of people will say, oh, you need to go to school for that, whatever. You know what, man? You can do whatever you want. You just got to try. But the beauty is in the process, not in the results. The journey is the gift. The journey, that's why they call it the present. We'll end it like that. Shout out to the hot fudge sundae. Let me eat it before it melts. And Nixon 4. Peace.